Hello again. So in this video it's another part on making the coal feed parts. So what I do in this video is I bore them out and I start to plane the angle on the top. And as we knew from the original drawing, that will be a 60-degree angle. So that's a planed one there, and that's one I was cast. So there's quite a lot of material to take away. As we had steam up in the workshop, I did all the work on the Victorian machinery. So I drilled them out on an old drilling machine, and also added, as you can see there, an oil hole as well, which will hopefully ease the wear on these components. So the only real thing we have left to do is to drill this hole. Now, to plane this profile here, which is 60 degrees, I did it on the shaping machine. Now I did it on the powered shaper, as doing it on the hand shaper did seem a little bit like hard work. And once I'd done, I ran a file over the surfaces to take out the machining marks. Now it's 60 degrees, so that just meant setting the clapper box to 30 degrees this way and 30 degrees this way. So in all the machining footage this week, you'll hear the thumping of the steam engine, because all the machines I was using, so the shaper and the drill, are right next to the steam engine. So I hope you enjoy this video. So, as you've just seen, after drilling this hole, I'll set about cutting the profile on the top, the 60-degree angle, which actually engages into the other gear. Now normally you'd simply hold something in a machine vise when you're performing an operation on a machine. But when you're working with castings, you'll soon become aware that unless you true them up, there aren't many true faces on a casting. So we trued these faces up, and we needed this profile to be square to this hole. Now, we could have squared up all the faces, but then we'd be removing a little too much material, and we'd be taking away the cast appearance of, and the radiuses of which have been cast into it, which, yes, they are purely aesthetic, but they do look pretty nice. So we needed a way of holding this to an angle plate Now the reason you use an angle plate or something on a shaping machine is you need to support the work in the direction of cut, because there are no real left to right forces in this operation, because I'm feeding down with the clapper box. So it was supported from underneath by sitting on some parallels, and it was clamped against an angle plate using this. Now I don't actually have the component because that's still sitting on the machine, but this bush, this diameter here, sits inside the reamed hole. This shoulder sits against the outer face, and it's 1 inch deep, and this is 1.1 inches deep, so we have an 100th thou clearance up at the top when it's pulled against the angle plate. As you'll see in the video of when I'm actually planing this profile, I tapped it down the middle and then used a stud with a locking nut on this end and a nut on this end to pull the part against the angle plate and ensure that the hole and the profile are in line to each other.